Tom Homan, all right? Tom Homan had a press gaggle that he basically did that allowed for him to speak directly about the fact that we need more illegals removed from the country. And I think that this is also him having to put on his politician hat because they need to ask Congress for more money, obviously, that we sing. But he also has some conversations, I think, about the Pope that he wanted to highlight. All right. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's head over to see what Tom Homan had to say about the Pope, as well as removing illegal migrants over from this country. And let's talk about it. Let me present this real quick.
So let's talk about another headline. Meantime, President Donald Trump's mass deportation effort getting some backlash from none other than Pope Francis. In response, Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, is telling the Pope to stick to the Catholic Church. Those are Mr. Homan's words. Let's turn now to CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez. Camilo, what's the back and forth there? It's not often that we hear a head of government telling the Pope to stick to his job in the Catholic Church.
Well, Reed, Pope Francis has long been an outspoken and vocal advocate on behalf of migrants and refugees. And this week he penned a letter in which he essentially criticized the Trump administration's immigration policies. He said in that letter, Reed, that all countries have the legal right to defend their territory from criminals and others who may endanger the public safety and national security of people within that country. But he also denounced the deportation of migrants and refugees who are fleeing persecution and poverty, saying that that undermines the dignity of human beings. And so obviously border czar Tom Homan took issue with that statement by the Pope, saying that the Vatican, for example, has a fence around that.
We don't want to hear all of that. You know what? Let me go over and I'm going to actually present what he said about the Pope specifically, because we want to go straight to the source. We don't want to keep going back and forth. We want to find out exactly what he said to the Pope. No, not that one. All right, here we go. This is what Tom Homan actually said to the Pope himself. All right.
Because they forced us.
Mr. Homan, the Pope this morning had some very harsh words for the.
I got harsh words for the Pope. Pope wants to fix the Catholic Church. I'm saying this is a lifelong Catholic. I was baptized Catholic. I was first communion as a Catholic, confirmation as a Catholic. We ought to fix the Catholic Church and concentrate on his work and leave border enforcement to us. He wants to attack us for securing our border. He's got a wall around the Vatican, does he not? So he's got a wall around to protect his people and himself, but we can't have a wall around the United States. So I wish he'd stick to the Catholic Church and fix that and leave border enforcement to us.
He said he got, hey, listen, it ain't no real comment in that. And for whatever reason, y'all think that these religious leaders are they're off. We can't talk about them. You know what I'm saying? Like they off limits. They not. Listen, the Pope don't have no business having no conversation about nothing that happens inside of what we got going on with Border Patrol. They're not an expert. It's not something that they should be participating in. They should not be talking about it at all. The Pope should mind their own business. And the Pope, and it's true, the Vatican has a wall up around it. Why are they not letting everybody into the Vatican? How come they don't let people just walk straight in and do what they want to do inside of the Vatican? We're supposed to do that in the United States of America, but they don't want that happening within the Vatican. Church, listen, the Pope got more problems with little boys. They got for whatever reason. Look, we don't hold the Pope and the Catholic Church specifically to the same standards that we hold ourselves. We don't. We don't hold the Catholic Church to the same standards that we hold ourselves. We do not at all. Hey, they just did a payment just late last year where they tried to absolve themselves of responsibility of people that came forward and accused the Catholic Church, new accusers. They paid out hundreds of millions of dollars and then stashed the money. And then they want to sit here and talk about how we need to open our borders. Let me ask y'all another question. Do y'all respect the Catholic Church and the Vatican? Do y'all respect the Pope? How many of y'all done took communion? Do y'all actually respect the Pope? They got a wall up around the Vatican and they telling you to lower the walls in the United States of America to let anybody inside of here. I see nope, 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 nope. I don't see nobody that's saying that they love the Pope. All right, well, I guess we there then. Let's spin over to Tom Homan. Did I just dip out for a second? Oh, let me spin over to Tom Homan, also talking about how we need to make sure that was a little gaggle. I'm using new software. I'm not used to this software. I want to spin over to Tom Homan real quickly, also of him talking about how we need to make sure that we need to deport more illegal migrants outside of the United States of America, not less. All right. Let's get into it. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat.
Wow.
I hit the wrong button.
Homan, how you doing? We do a few with you real fast, or just real fast. Could you give us clarity about what is happening to the previous terror detainees at Gitmo? Are they being expedited, being returned to their home countries, or are they just being housed with these migrants?
Process. Well, they're not being housed together. The process is still the same. The terrorists are still in the same facility. The process remains the same for them.
Is President Trump still trying to get that terror detention facility closed down so it's fully migrant detention at Guantanamo?
Not my lane. Not my lane. I'm staying with the immigration enforcement.
Mr. Homan, is the president happy with the number of arrests?
I'm not. The rest, you look at the rest in the interior enforcement, about 3 times higher than a year ago today. 3 times higher is good, but I'm not satisfied. There's more criminal aliens that need to be arrested, hundreds of thousands. Sanctuary cities are putting roadblocks up. We got leaks. So we need to increase the arrest of illegal aliens, especially those with criminal convictions. So we're going to continue. So 3 times higher is good. The numbers are good. For me, not good enough. We got to get more.
Mr. Homan, what's your message for the sanctuary cities you just said we're putting up roadblocks? Do you have a message for them for Chicago, for example?
Well, Attorney General Pam Bonnie's going to investigate them. We're going to hold them accountable. Sanctuaries are sanctuary criminals. End the story.
I agree. The sound is a little bit low. That is on their side. That is the people that actually uploaded the video. And so, again, because I'm out of town, I'm going to have to figure out how to be more efficient when I'm out of town, when I'm live streaming, so that I have better audio and stuff like that. But we're going to work through it. The fact of the matter is he's basically saying that he's not happy with the number of illegal migrants that's being deported. We need more. I think that they need more funding. I think that they need some more support from the American people. Could y'all imagine if we were all on the same page, what that would look like inside of the United States of America? I know that we never will be. There's going to be a segment of the population that's always going to disagree, and they're always going to say, no, we're not rocking with it. No, we don't want it. No, we want all of the illegal migrants. We're not talking to children. We're not allowing for women. If we were all on the same page, we could truly make some changes inside of this country. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have other opinions. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have other people that contribute into this conversation. But man, if we was all on the same page, this country would be so freaking awesome, bro. It would be so great. Like some things we don't even need to have bipartisan agreement on. It's just normal. We shouldn't have open borders. Cool. We shouldn't have men playing in women's sports. You can't affirm that somebody that was biologically born a male go into a woman's bathroom. I mean, that's just unthinkable. It's not something that we would even think about. Like, that's not something that divided us politically when we were younger, in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s, the 90s, or whatever. That's not something that would usually divide us. We never had to argue over whether or not a man should go in a woman's bathroom because they believe that they are a man. What's next? We shouldn't have to argue over people coming over here illegally. You broke the law. You broke the law. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You go and you try to trespass over into somebody else's property. You try to go into a government building. You try to go into a space. Go knock on somebody's door that you're not supposed to go and knock on. Go inside of a place that you're not supposed to be in and see how that fly. They're going to throw you out on your head. Walk into an go into a place that you are okay in going in, and then go into an unauthorized part of the building and see what happens. In no place ever is that going to fly. You can't just go into somewhere that you're not supposed to be and do what you want to do when you want to do it. You can't go into another country and do it. You can't go into somebody else's building and do it. You can't do any of that. But for whatever reason, we think that it's okay to do it inside of the United States of America. And then you got the Pope jumping in and doing it. And we want to question whether or not we want to audit the federal government. I'm convinced, man. I'm honest to God convinced that these liberals have been turned y'all upside down and they turned y'all on your head on something that's not supposed to be. I'm honest to God convinced, bro. 100%.